Welcome back to my channel, Fazbear's Menagerie of Madness, where I'll explore the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's and I hope in a new and unique interpretation of events. I had previously released a video where I'd shared my predictions for the upcoming game Secret of the Mimic. Since then, with the latest update to Help Wanted 2, we've received new information that has expanded upon what I initially speculated, so consider this my part 2. It seems that Tiger Rock will play a much larger role in the game than I originally anticipated. In fact, the update now requires players to collect the Tiger Rock plush in order to unlock the Mimic's tiger costumed form on stage. After giving it some thought, I've started to make connections between characters that I previously hadn't noticed before. In the 1970s, Edwin Murray was transforming the character costumes from human-worn suits to the animatronic versions. During this time, his son David demanded more attention of his. In response, Edwin found an old damaged animatronic, one without legs, and decided to design the new program for it, naming it Mimic 1. This software update gave the animatronic the ability to mimic the motions and actions of others. As a result, the robot began to imitate simple behaviors like making the hand gesture for ice cream and even playing a game of toss the ball. One tragic incident occurred while the animatronic and David were playing. The robot threw the ball outside, prompting David to run after it, straight into oncoming traffic. He was struck by a truck, and the accident proved fatal. Devastated by the loss of his son, Edwin reacted violently, attacking the animatronic. He eventually abandoned his factory, leaving everything behind, including the old broken robot. The latest update to Help Wanted 2 has revealed some new information that suggests that the Mexus device will play a much larger role than we initially thought. What's particularly intriguing is that the Mimic's proximity to the Mexus computer. Why is the machine placed so close to an old animatronic trapped in a costume change room? It raised the question, could the Mimic have initially moved the machine there for a purpose that we have not yet fully understood? At the end of the update, we get another look at the machine from the finale of the Ruin DLC, only this time it's seen in the back of a truck. The Reddit community has already pointed out the striking parallels between this truck and the white truck mentioned in the Mimic story. If these parallels are accurate, then it's possible that this truck, along with the Mexus device, is somehow tied to David's tragic fate. Based on the images from the game, with the lighting adjusted for clarity, the truck appears to be a 1970s Ford Econoline. While there are some minor differences in detail, the truck shares similar rear windows, bumper design, and some contours in the side panels. It also seems that the van was originally white on the inside, though it's been repainted in a light blue colour. In the demo, the truck drives away quickly, which could suggest the driver is in some kind of trouble, perhaps just having hit someone, or perhaps taken something that doesn't belong to them. This could be the key parallel that ties the Mexus device to the events surrounding David and Edward. If we assume the Mexus device is connected to these events, what could its role be? With the van now in the picture, it seems likely that the old animatronic we call Mimic would be located near the Mexus device deep within the Pizzaplex. To make the Mexus machine relevant, we need to tie it back to the van and then connect it to Edwin's son, David. The exact purpose of the Mexus remains speculative, as the meaning behind its name has yet to be fully resolved. After David was struck by the vehicle, his soul could be the last piece of him to remain. If the Mexus device somehow collected and stored that soul, it's possible that the Mimic, in some form, would want to keep David's essence close, perhaps even trying to hold on to his friend forever. I'm going to speculate that Mexus could stand for Mystic Exorcism Extraction System, or perhaps Machine for Extracting Entrapped Souls. If the purpose of this device is to remove the souls from haunted objects, then David's proximity to the van could have allowed his soul to be transferred into the machine. This would mean that as long as the machine continued to function as intended, David's soul could still exist within it. When Edward abandons the Mimic, it is left with nothing but its memories of the two of them. Meanwhile, at the Pizzaplex, Edwin encounters the Storyteller, a tree designed to create stories based on the information gathered from around the Pizzaplex. One of the Storyteller's creations is a white tiger character known as Tiger Rock. If there is a connection with David's plush toy, then either the Mimic or David's memories could have influenced the creation of this character. If the mask represents the first iteration of Tiger Rock, then the VR version might be the second. The mask is just a static object, devoid of personality, while the VR character would have been designed with its own distinct traits and character. Since we know that the storyteller is running the Mimic 1 program, it is possible it inherited the data from the Mimic animatronic, a fragment of its old memories. What then caused Tiger Rock to act out beyond its intended role as just another character in the Pizzaplex? If David's soul was trapped within the Mex's device and became linked to the storyteller, could it have taken the form of Tiger Rock? Did he somehow manifest as his childhood toy, or did the Mimic through the device evoke the image of the tiger from David's memories? It's been said that the dead forget. Some spirits can't move on because they lose track of the reasons they ended up where they are, unable to resolve the issues that bind them. Could it be that the Mimic has given David another chance, a way to confront his past and reclaim what was lost? But when the customer-based VR system eventually fails, what option did David have left? We know that the Pizzaplex was filled with active VR nodes scattered throughout the complex to keep the immersive experience alive for the visitors. In a world where the boundary between virtual and real blur, could David, bound to the system, take the form of something else, perhaps VR Bonnie, in order to maintain those nodes? While there is still information to come in on the new game, this is just a speculation on possible story ideas. The connection between David and the Mimic could be more than Edwin understood. To an animatronic, time is just a variable. To a spirit, memories are all we may have to ground us in when we are. David may be lost and the Mimic is still seeking him out. If it is established that Jackie is the Mimic, only in an older, more damaged form, then this could parallel a story of a mother seeking to protect her child. In which case, I have speculated about something similar in a past video. Thanks for staying with me till the end. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a like to help grow the channel. To find out when new videos become available, subscribe for future content.